Good morning, welcome to Rick's Kitchen. I'm just back from the gym and I'm going to go through my routines of what I do to create my breakfast. And my wife's breakfast, but she's already left for work and she's had hers already. So before I do anything else, I make myself a cup of tea. There it is, it's one of those 400ml cups from Costa Coffee and my wife bought me for my birthday, and I get through probably, I'd say 8 of these a day because I'm a real tea belly. The other thing that I do, and I think this is quite important for us men who are getting to the age of 50 and above, is I just take some extra helping hands. So the Wellman 50 Plus is for me, one of those a day. This is vitamin D3. We live in England where the sun is not as strong as it could be and we don't get the vitamin we need for D3. Very important for that one. And for my joints, I substitute with cod liver oil, and I get all those from Holland and Barrett. What a top shop that is. So I have one of those each every morning before I do anything else. And then I start my breakfast. And what we're going to have today is a 3-egg omelette. So I've got all my stuff laid out, ready to go. The oven's on because I like to get the plates nice and warm. And then we start to do the prep. So what are we going to have in the omelette today? Well, for me, it's 3 eggs, and I buy those large eggs from Lidl. Really good. I'm going to put in some of these lovely little cherry tomatoes off the vine, some sweet peppers, and I've got some British unwashed spinach here. So I'm going to wash that, and then I will just show you. I'm no chef, but I will just chop this up the way I would normally chop it up, and you can watch. Now, I like these little pots here. These are from Charlie Bingham's Pies. His pies are delicious. But they come with a very useful ceramic bowl, and I'm sure you've all got these in your cupboards. And I control what I'm cooking by using these for portion size. So let's get these eggs into the bowl. I just use a Pyrex dish with a handle because it's easier to manage. Just crack the eggs. There we go, 3 eggs. That one didn't work very well. Soft shells, these ones. Again, these eggs, they're little, nothing special, but they come free range. I always buy free range. Got to think of those poor little hens in those batteries. It's not good. If we buy free range, it costs a little bit more, but actually it's better for the hens. I'm just going to turn on the hob. I've got one of these induction hobs from Neff. So we'll just have the pan warming as we beat up the eggs. And then I will season these eggs with a bit of salt and pepper. And I love black pepper. It's got very high antioxidant properties. So black pepper in your diet is actually very, very good for you. Not too much salt, just a little tiny bit of salt there to season. And we beat those eggs up, and then they just rest for a minute while we get on with the vegetable preparation. I'm a big fan of the Rainbow Diet. I don't know if you've ever seen this book, but the Rainbow Diet is by Dr. Chris Woolhams. And it says how it can help you beat cancer, but it does so much more than that. He explains how the relationship with food and the way it impacts on our bodies actually helps you live a healthier and longer life. And in this book, he talks about eating the colours of the rainbow. So with the peppers and things, I like to try and get different coloured ones. So I've got an orange one, a yellow one, and a red one. A little pile of cherry tomatoes. And I'm just going to chop these up now. And my knife skills aren't fantastic, so this will probably make you cringe. So we take the top off, we split, and we split the top of that one. Now these are seedless, so there's no pips in them, which is great. Just makes it easier, you're not fishing out pips from the... And I'm going to put those in one of these ramekin dishes when we're done. So we just go through and get them into fairly small pieces. You can see there my knife doesn't leave the block, and I'm just gently feeding the pepper forward with my fingers as we go. Now I've seen professional chefs do this, and they actually rub the knife against the finger. Gordon Ramsay, for example. I can't do this without looking, because otherwise I'd have my finger off. I've got my peppers cut, ready to go into one of these ramekin dishes. Told you I wasn't a professional chef. I've just got to do these tomatoes, and we'll be right. I just need these cutting so that they will fry easily. Now the last ingredient is the spinach. What I want is a handful of spinach, like this. Now this is unwashed, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wash it. We'll put it in a sieve, take it over to the sink, and give it a good rinse. Tell you what, I'm no Nigella, am I? Now, if I don't rinse the spinach, I get complaints from my wife Abby because it's got like bits of grit in. And then what I like to do is just go through very loosely and just chop through it because the stalks can be a wee bit chewy. And once those are done, we're now ready to put all the ingredients into the pan. If you're lucky enough to have ever been to the Caribbean and stayed in perhaps an all-inclusive hotel where the chef will make you an omelette, they like to put a bit of spice on. So I'm going to start there, a little sprinkle of smoked paprika. And I'll follow that up with another little sprinkle of cayenne pepper. That's all it needs. It'll be quite hot and spicy with that. And then just as this renders down, once it's got slightly softer, I'll then add the spinach. Here comes the spinach. Now this might seem quite a lot to have for breakfast, and obviously time is a factor. So, you know, the time at the moment is about 7:30, and it just means that I've been at the gym, I've come back home, straight away before I go for a shower, I do this. And of course, because the gym I go to is Maximus in Frimley, and I'm doing the Maximus 1, 2, 3, 4 food plan with my 3-egg omelette and vegetables, this to me is the way that you should have it. Now at this point, I turn the heat up to number 9. And when I go to Maximus, there's a good crowd of lads there in the morning, we have a good bit of banter. And I just got into a bit of a routine of doing this. So it doesn't take long, it's all about preparation, all about preparation. Give my eggs another whisk. All that mixture around the omelette. Don't like to waste any. So I'll get a spatula and just get the last bit in there. And then give it a little bit of a mix, make sure it's all properly into the edges. This won't take long now. And this is how I make it. Now that omelette was going to keep me going probably till gone 1 o'clock when I'll have some porridge. So it's still a bit sloppy, so just leave it for a few more minutes. I turn the heat back down now to number 5, or else it'll burn on the bottom. And then I just finish that off in the oven, because the oven's on nice and hot at the moment, and that will make sure that the top gets done. So there's my routine. Start with a cup of tea, have my vitamins, use plenty of salt and pepper. Now normally at this point I will put it on the plate, but before I do, I just take a quick picture, because that's part of the deal with my boys at the Maximus for their 1, 2, 3, 4 food plan. You take a picture of everything you eat and you submit it to them on Messenger. So there's my picture for today. That's ready to go on the website. So it's all genuine stuff. And then I'm just going to transfer that to this lovely warmed plate, and I'm just going to use a spatula just to help it, because I don't want to flip it over. I want it to look nice on the plate. Now it's just started to turn, and then I can just push that back, and then we have a nice round omelette, and that's just going to go in the oven just for a few minutes behind me. So, thanks for coming and watching Rick's Kitchen and me preparing my morning breakfast. I'm just going to sit and eat this now. Just one word to the wise: if you've not tried cayenne pepper and smoked paprika on an omelette, please start with only a pinch. I love hot curry, I love hot food, not everybody does. My wife goes bananas if I put this spice in her omelette, so it's not for everybody, I accept that. But when you do it, just keep adding it gradually until you get it how you like it. I know exactly how I like it, and now I'm going to enjoy my omelette. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, do what you need to do. But this is a combo breakfast, combo household, Tuesday morning, and it's now about 8 o'clock.